Hello and welcome to our video today. Today we're going to discuss a philosophical quote by Immanuel Kant. Act only according to that maxim by which you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. This quote can be difficult to understand, but we'll explain it through a short story. Imagine that you're the captain of a ship on the high seas. One day, you have a passenger on board who tells you that he has a valuable box with him that he absolutely must bring with him to the other side of the ocean. He asks you to keep this box safe during the journey. Now you realize that this box will weigh your ship down, which could make navigation more difficult. You're tempted to throw the box overboard to make the ship lighter. But you remember Kant's quote, "Act only according to that maxim by which you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law." You think about what would happen if all captains at sea began to simply throw their cargo overboard when they feel it's heavy or cumbersome. That would lead to chaos at sea and endanger everyone's safety. You realize that your action does not rely on generally applicable principles or maxims and cannot be considered morale. You decide to keep the box on board and do your best to store it safely until you reach your destination. You act in accordance with Kant's categorical imperative, which states that moral actions should be based on general principles or maxims that should apply to all rational beings. Kant's quote, "Act only according to that maxim by which you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law," means that actions should be based on principles that are universally applicable to all rational beings. In other words, the things we do should be able to become universal laws that others can also follow. To apply this quote to our own lives, we can ask ourselves if the things we do are based on principles that can be applied to everyone. If not, then we should reconsider our actions and find a more universally applicable principle to guide us. By doing so, we can ensure that our actions are ethical and that we are acting in accordance with Kant's categorical imperative. And that was our explanation of Immanuel Kant's quote, "Act only according to that maxim by which you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law." We hope you now have a better idea of what Kant meant by this quote. Thank you for watching.